Not yet.
Now we are, bud. Now we are. That means whatever you say can held accountable in court of law. So be careful.
I might say a lot of shit.
Am
I allowed to swear in here?
Hell yeah, man.
Okay, good.
Hell yeah. Podcast. You got to be yourself.
I am myself.
We got Fisher, Brian's dog, right here.
He's having a little sleepy.
For those who don't know Brian Johnson, it's Johnson or Johnston?
Johnston with a T.
With a T. See, I make the mistake.
Yeah, well, everybody makes a mistake. So
yeah,
because I looked at your chat here when I was putting it on my Instagram. I was like, Johnson. I'm like, oh, you fucked up.
I know,
but that's all right. It happens all the time. So,
so for those who don't know, Brian, we fished a bunch together. We fished a tournament actually together.
Yeah, my first tournament actually was on Cushog Lake, and it's kind of, I felt kind of bad because I thought it was an actual, like, you know, you were going to win some money.
It was fun though.
It was fun, but it was just a fundraiser event. So there was tin boats, and I felt kind of bad for you.
Yeah, we still lost, but some guys in a tin boat really whooped us with big fish.
Yeah, they got, I think, what was it, like 18 pounds or something?
No, they had like 13 for 4 fish.
Right.
Which is pretty good for there.
Yeah. Oh God. Well,
like even our big fish wasn't as big as their big fish. We had second big fish, right?
Yeah, we had second big fish, but
yeah. So Brian managed the page 705 Fishing.
Yes.
Which 2 years ago that page was insane.
Yeah, it was actually a great page.
It blew up.
It was like right now, even like there's people adding, like joining every day now. Like it's actually the most it's been for the last week.
Mm-hmm.
There's probably I don't know, at least 10 people.
But the most thing that you see now, people used to contribute and say stuff.
Yeah.
Now people are they attack a lot of people on there.
Right.
You see a lot of stuff?
Well, yeah, I see a lot of stuff, man. Like first of all, it's racism. A lot of people with Indians and stuff like that. So I have to go through that.
Yeah.
But a lot of people who are like on the group don't really see that at all, right? But I see it all.
Yeah.
I see people like highlighting all the comments and stuff, and like people spot blowing and, you know, naming lakes, and it's just
naming lakes fine. It's the spot blowing, right?
Yes. Well, especially with like pictures and stuff too. So I try to at least take that out, and people message me and they complain, and I can see why the old person who used to run the page when it was 705 Anglers,
Matt Mockman.
Yeah.
Which has been requested many times to go on pocket, but he's a busy guy, a firefighter. He's got a side job on the side. He's got a big family, so
yeah. I'm actually going to fish with him on Wednesday.
Oh, nice. Where are you guys going? Up there?
Yeah.
You're going to drive back down to Simcoe?
Yeah, I'm driving back down on Wednesday. So
where are you guys going?
I have no idea. I've just been like, you want to go? Well, we've been talking about fishing for so long too, right? Ever since when I first joined 705 when it was 705 Anglers, but other than that, like, I don't know, we've been talking for a long time to do it, so we're finally doing it. So
what's cool is this year there's fish everywhere in the lake right now.
Yeah.
Good fish in Kempenfeld. Guys are catching them in Kempenfeld, so Kempenfeld's back alive. Like the white fish will always be in there, but there's a lot of trout in Kempenfeld right now.
Right.
You know, there's a lot of trout in the south end, a lot of unpressured ground on the west end because the pressure crack. You heard about that, right?
I haven't heard about the kid. Oh, who won the...
Well, I call him the kid. He's 21 years old guy.
The one that would broke away there.
Yeah.
With the south, like against the wind or something like that.
Yeah.
I did hear about that.
That's, you know, I wouldn't call it inexperience, but that's just misjudgment.
Right. We all learn from it. I'm sure he feels fucking terrible for it because it's all over like St. Lake, Simcoe.
Yeah, same thing. Like I went out fishing Sunday.
Yeah.
And it was super windy.
Right.
Super windy. And I passed a pressure crack. I set up and I was alone.
Right.
And I'm like, you know what? If something happens to me, like people are gonna hate me.
Right.
Although, see, he didn't have a snowmobile, so if something happens, you always gotta calculate what's gonna happen or try to.
Right.
Right. If you got a snowmobile, then you can go where the wind's pushing you. You're fine. Mm-hmm. Right. The ice is gonna get pushed on shore.
Yes.
But if you're on foot, man, you'll make it out. You can wait in the hut, but you got to calculate where you're going. That's why I was telling people, like, don't pass a pressure crack where the wind's going to push you to / open water, the big lake.
Right.
Right. Put yourself where you're going to get stopped too.
Well, yeah, especially if it was going to blow towards you against, other ice, you'd be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess being so like thin ice again, like it's only like what? When that guy went out, it was like 5-6 inches?
No, it's less than that.
Less than that?
It's where that whole west shoreline is the last one to freeze.
Right.
In the whole lake.
Yeah.
That's where the current that goes into Kempenfelt comes out and goes back to the narrows. There's a small current there. I see it on my underwater footage. Like if you want to watch my underwater footage at regular speed, you see the current.
Right. Is your line kind of like
no? Well, yes, a little bit, but most of the time I'm fishing super shallow, so it doesn't have enough line to get down there to make that. But in Kempenfelt, yeah.
Right.
But if I take, let's say, vibrato or weight down and I make up a puff cloud from the bottom,
right,
that thing has disappeared in seconds.
Right.
Seconds. Not usually it would go back down. It just goes away.
It just
goes away like there's wind.
Right.
So there's a lot of current. I got flocked for taking my machine there last weekend.
I saw that. I saw the person just like lose their shit over it. That's people. That's the thing with social media too.
See, here's the thing they don't see is where I'm at exactly.
Right.
First, I'm on a little flat inside a bay where I've never fished. Just like I'm surprised there's whitefish there.
Right.
And literally 10 yards behind me is the shore. There's no wind. It's calm outside. And I'm on like between 10 to 12 inches of ice.
Right.
Just people get so jealous online.
Right.
And I think the next generation, not us, but our kids' generation are going to learn to deal with bullying and people calling him out. Like I got another one on you guys didn't see it. I tried to pin it, but he deleted his comment.
Right.
Call me, you're a bitch.
Right.
On my thing. And I'm like, definition of a bitch. Guy going behind a keyboard calling somebody a bitch.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they would never say that in person.
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of like I see on some of the five fishing is, a lot of people say a lot of mean things to people, but
they would never have the balls to say it in person.
If they saw it in person, it would actually be like a normal conversation. They wouldn't be like, I'm going to beat the shit out of you.
If people were like dogs, it would be so much better.
Yeah. Right, Fisher? He's a good boy.
Yeah. So Brian lives in Haliburton. Lots of crappies you're doing that night. And one thing I want to talk about is, and I'm not a crappie fisherman by any means.
I'm not a crappie fisherman at all either.
No, but we're getting into it.
Yeah.
Especially with the early ice. And you're finding out that you're targeting crappie completely different than I catch them. You're catching them in the weeds, and I catch them deep.
Right.
And those are two, they feed differently. And I've had a bunch of conversation with the Robinson brother about this.
Right.
They have a crappie pond with crappie in it, and they can only get them at night. And I said to him, is it all weeds in there? He said, yeah. And everybody I talked to that are catching them at night are catching them in the weeds.
In the weeds, yeah. Now, see, like me and my friend Dylan went out. Now they were, because when we went out, it was actually in the weeds, but like on the weed edge. And then like right about 11 at night, we left them biting. But they were right in a little divot beside the weed bed, and probably.
But they're really close to the weeds.
Yeah, but again, it was kind of like in the wide open. But it was
how deep?
Like there was like 13 feet.
Yeah.
Where the weed was like maybe 11.
Yeah, so you're still fairly close to the reef. It's not a deep basin.
Yeah, it's not. But if you go to the other side, obviously it's a lot deeper. But I tried it once and never had any.
Another thing we got to talk about, I get a lot of question about, is what to do during cold fronts. And there's many views about this. And it seems to offend a lot of people the way I fish. And guys get offended. They say to catch them better with this. This is just me.
Right.
If that's the thing that's cool about fishing.
Yeah.
We got different style. You came fishing with me at the tournament. You got your style, I got my style. And that's what got me into tournament fishing.
Right.
So you can have your own style, make your own strategy, whether you want to be a power fisherman, finesse, you want to be a run and gun guy, you want to sit on the spot, you want to fish them deep. You want to graph all day until you find a mega school. It's so much fun. Same thing with ice fishing.
Yes. When you say that, like this year was my first time ever fishing the club tournaments in Haliburton. It's a great club.
Mm-hmm.
It's but I didn't really have a lot of partners, so I was always co-angled with other people.
Yeah. That's how you learn.
Yeah, you learn so much from how other people fish. Like I would never thought about when I was fishing for smallmouth with somebody with a jerkbait to get off your trolling motor, because the trolling motor will have the sounds, right? So I just get off the trolling motor.
The thing that happens too is let's say you're casting towards there and you're going this way with troll motor, you're creating a bend through your line.
Right.
So when you set the hook, they're slacking your line, although you set the hook.
Right.
So you lose a lot of fish. If you ask me, and that's me, that's just showing the difference. I freaking hate throwing a jerkbait.
Yeah.
That's the most bait I have in my whole tackle box.
Yeah.
I have 3 full tackle trays, duos, mega bass, rapalas, call them. I have them, buddy. It's the bait I throw the less, but I should work on it every year.
Yeah, but that's the one bait I actually lose a lot is a jerkbait. It's either I throw it out, bad knot, or I just lose a fish because of because I always put a fluorocarbon leader on it anyways.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's just because when I'm banging it off rocks, it just frays a bit. And then
I think a lot of fish are playing with jerkbaits. They don't actually hit them.
Right.
You think about it. We talked about it. Like a dog, when a dog's a puppy and they come out, they want to play. They want to fake fight.
Right.
Fish are the same, whether they're big or small.
Right.
Especially the lake trout. Like I see them with the underwater camera footage and they just play with the bait. They never have their mouth open. I seen them slash the bait with their body, with their fins.
Right.
And it's just playing with it. It's like, think about it, man. Although they're not mammals, they still play with each other.
Right.
It's
like a cat would play with it, like with a mouse.
Yeah, he's not going to eat it first. He's going to play with it,
right.
tap it, Now, if it wants to eat it, it's going to eat it.
Right.
So that's why a lot of time you're fishing, let's say, lipless in a swim bait, and you catch a fish by the side of the mouth. He just hit it with his mouth like this. Like he's just playing with it.
Huh.
So that's one thing you got to take into consideration. And a lot of it happens in cold front.
Right. See, I know nothing about cold front. When I think of cold front, I'd say fish deep. That's the only thing I would think. But I don't know why. But
there's different ways to think about it. But most of the thing is when we get out in a cold front, doesn't mean it's going to be cold. We're talking high pressure, bluebird sky,
right,
windy, and sometimes cold, like a cold snap come through with that cold front.
Right.
Most of the time.
Well, just because a cloud cover keeps a lot of heat.
But these fish, they gotta eat. Especially the fish like lake trout.
Mm-hmm.
They're never resting. Whether they're suspended or not, they're swimming. Right. Small, do you see a rainbow just sitting on bottom? It's very, very rare. They're always swimming.
Yes. Like
99.9% of the time. So they're burning calories. They gotta eat.
Right.
They gotta eat, even a cold front.
Yeah.
So in a cold front, I don't move as much, knowing that the fish are gonna come here.
Yeah.
So that's why we went out with LB Saturday, and she said, "What are you gonna do? You want to run or not?" It wasn't that cold. We could have ran. We ran a bunch in the morning, and I said, "You know what? That cold front's too hot. We're gonna stay here. We're gonna anchor down. They're gonna show up."
Right.
And when they came to the buffet, they showed up. They ate and they left. They weren't staying around.
Right.
And that fish was big, man.
I saw that. I was watching. Like
it's too bad because it was filmed with a phone most of it, and my big camera died.
Yeah.
And the big disappointment with my cameras this year is I don't use GoPros much anymore, other than the one I use on my chest.
On your chest, right.
So the big thing with our generation is we've seen everything with a GoPro. Our GoPro will make a 4-pounder look like a 7.
Yeah. Well, even if you look at my Instagram, some of those fish are huge, but I know
but it's a GoPro, right? It's a good thing. Everybody does it. You got to get there and do it to promote yourself.
Right.
So people see it from an iPhone. The fish is not as blown up. We took measurements of that fish.
Right.
It's not a 30-pounder.
No. It's
still in the 26, 20, 27, 28 pound range from our calculation. 23 and almost 23 and 3/4 almost girth.
Oh.
That fish on my wall over there has 19 girth. So that gives you an idea.
Yeah. Just to tell you guys, I've seen that up. That's the first time I've ever seen it up close, and it is fucking massive. Mm-hmm. I was even amazed on it.
That burbot?
Yeah, it's like.
But it's the belly on it.
Right.
Because it's the belly so long. Right.
It is really long.
Yeah.
That's still amazing though. It's even if you pass.
But that fish is 39-inch long.
Right.
And the fish I caught Saturday was 39 1/4. So it's just a bit longer, but it's got so much more girth.
Right. Big head.
Oh yeah, massive head.
Yeah,
massive.
That's the difference between where I live for our lake trout. Our lake trout don't get that fucking big. You might catch the odd 20-pounder in Haliburton Lake, but
that's an old fish, man.
Yeah, it's an old fish. But you can see a fish that's 10 pounders has been old because its head is so big compared to its body, and the body is so like narrow. Yeah, it looks kind of weird, but they also have like these little leeches all over it too. So
really, yeah. Well, they eat those too, right?
Yeah,
sure. They eat those. It really depends what they're feeding on too. The lake trout I caught, as soon as it came to the hole, she puked up like about half a dozen goby in the water.
Yeah, I seen that you compared your.
She puked out in the water. Like that's all she came to eat. That fish does not feed deep.
No,
that's all she feeds on.
Is gobies actually like more of a shallow?
The gobies don't swim off water. They're always on bottom.
Bottom?
Always. They don't come off bottom. If they come off bottom, it's because they messed up.
Right.
They don't have
they just fucked up.
No. They're fish. Like you never see a goby. Like they're on bottom. Can't swim. They don't have a swim bladder.
Right.
They're always on bottom. So that fish, man, had scar all over its face. And that fish just comes down and looks for one goby.
There's scars all over its cheeks and stuff.
Yeah.
Just from rubbing rocks.
They're just like the smallmouth. They'll come and crush it, and then they'll come back and eat it. And a lot of people are asking how fish that drifter. It's plain and simple. I don't do nothing with it.
Right.
I attract the trout, my attractor.
Right. With it, which was like a vibrato or something.
Yeah, sometimes they'll hit that.
Right.
You know, LB was jigging his lipless. So she had a big jackal lipless. She was jigging it up and down. She went, boom, I got one.
Right.
So the whitefish bit the lipless. That happens a lot.
Right.
And she caught it. And that's the same thing. You know, I was jigging my lipless. No, I was actually talking to LB. She had the lipless on, and I had the drifter, and a fish came out of nowhere.
Right.
As soon as the fish came, I lifted my bait off bottom. Fish turned around. Ate it. Instant. That drifter.
God, those feelings were so nice.
Pardon me?
Those feelings when they just crush it.
Oh, wait till you hook one.
Yeah, I want to get into it later.
It took like I should have looked at the footage, but I know it took more than 23 minutes.
Right.
Of just fighting. The first.
I saw you just like fast forward the whole chunk of it.
That's times 20. And there's cutouts in there.
Right.
It took more than 23 minutes, and for like 16 to 18 minutes of the first hookup, she just didn't do nothing.
She just sat there.
She just sat there. She just whatever. She didn't take runs. I'd lift her up. She'd just go back down, and then I'd give her the slack. You know.
Right.
I didn't know it was a big fish until like I really looked at her fins.
Right.
Plus my first lake trout season.
Right.
So yeah, I get hype.
Yeah.
I get hype. Yeah, you got to, man. You got to.
We'll see other people are catching lake trout on Lake Simcoe.
Yeah, a lot of people are catching them, especially in Kempenfeld, right?
Right. Before we go any farther, I brought.
Yeah. Let's talk about the beer.
Yeah.
Put me back in the spot, boy.
Where I'm from in Carnarvon, I grew up on Boshkong Lake. They started a brewery called Boshkong Brewery Co. And this beer is where the two highways meet, which is Highway 35 and Highway 118. So they make beer. I brought him like 3 of them he can choose from. So the other 2 he can probably, if you're in a pinch, you can use for another podcast. But that's the most popular beer.
Everybody's bringing me beer now. Here's the deal, guys, is I don't drink beer other than the podcast.
Right.
Because it's not so good for my stomach. Although the 30th we had a podcast, I got pretty banged up on the podcast.
I know. I think I watched that one.
That's pretty banged up. I was
just like, oh no.
But so this beer, it's the Boshkong. Am I saying it right?
Yeah.
Boshkong Brewing Company. That's a cream hell, super light beer. So which one would you call that? The 35 118?
Yeah, 35 and 118.
Okay, so that's the beer. And the Boshkong Brewing Company is a small batch of brewery focused on cottage living, local fare, and great tasting beer. Bright golden color ale with pleasing aroma of cereal malt and floral hops. I mean, it's a really good beer. That's the kind of beer like you can crush like 6 of them.
Yeah, and they have flats of them too. They also have these like big, like the old like when you look at it like a cartoon, they see like the big brown bottle with like 3 X's on it.
Yeah.
But they have that with the Boshkong Brewing Company.
Oh, that's cool.
Logo on it, so you can get. I think it was like fits like 4 or 5 beers in it. So
yeah,
I wouldn't drink one because I'd get pretty hammered,
pretty messed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't drink, right?
No, I don't drink. Well, it's not like I don't drink. I just went for a month last year, and then now it just turned into be almost a year and 1 month.
That's good, though.
Yeah. fishing is expensive, so that's one reason why. But I also quit smoking for almost 3.5 years because
That's good.
It's
You
because
didn't quit. You're not smoking. You don't like.
I don't do anything. Might
No.
smoke the old, Uncle Herb.
Yeah,
here
but
and there,
that's like
but
legal in Canada,
Yeah,
bud.
it's legal. But even then, like I'm not like some
Good.
people you see where they, need it every day.
That's all they do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like my boy Ono, he's not here to chirp today.
Hey, there's nothing wrong. Some people can function on it. Some people can't. So.
Yeah, I've never tried it. Never tried smoking weed.
Oh, really?
No.
Huh.
I've done an edible a couple times.
Right.
Oh man. Oh man.
Oh.
No, actually, I don't mind it at all. But anyway, the beer. I'm gonna rate this. It's not an IPA.
You don't have to offend me, so it's not.
No, it's a good beer, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a good beer. That's like a 7.7.
7.7.
That's a good beer.
That's good.
Definitely would recommend it to people.
Yeah. I think someone said it's in the LCBO now because I know they got a couple of them in the in Ontario LCBOs now. So
yeah, that's a beer that's gonna please the most people.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's not too hard, like the taste.
Yeah,
doesn't
where
have
it's
a
just
bad.
like very
That's
sharp.
just a beer that you drink with your buddies. Like I'll bring a 6-pack and drink those.
Right.
The other beer I usually rate is like you have one.
Right.
Yeah.
Just do it for the taste, barley. This one's more barley than other stuff.
Aren't beer companies trying to make like weed beers? That'd be messed
I
up.
wouldn't be surprised, man. Like with the whole like.
I have a lot of stock in weed companies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, as soon as now it's legal, you're gonna see a lot more like hemp clothing, and because I know that's what they were talking about a long time ago. Was
that's true. That's true.
Paper. Hemp paper. But
we're seeing your comment, guys. We're gonna reply on them. We got lots to talk about. So when you go crappie fishing, you still catch them at night?
Yeah, I can go there right now and probably get on them. Like I haven't gone in a long time because I've been working so much, but I also don't want to go hop holes in minus 20 at night.
No. How's that auger? He's got an Ion 8-inch.
I bought that Ion X. I've only used it once. It does say up to 1,600.
How heavy is it? 22
pounds. It's not bad. What I like about it is because when me and Grant, he's probably on the chat, there he is, 18 fishing. Damn. When we went out, it did go through the 1,600 inches that it said. And get over here. Get out over. Sorry, puppy's there.
Dog's there.
I like how good, I guess you can, even with your electric, it was just really nice and quiet. You can still have a conversation. You're not going to scare the shit out of the fish. No,
you're not scaring the fish.
But I also like the reverse slusher on it.
Yeah, so you clean the hole.
Yeah, because
so you don't have to clean your hole next time you come.
Well, even if it's all the way up, you can just push everything in with your foot and you can shove it out. Even if I was inside a hut.
That's such a nice feature, especially when you're hole hopping.
Yes.
Hole hopping with that, I do sight holes because I got a camera down there. I got to see it.
Right.
And you see the fish and I try to get footage. So we do sight holes shallow to see those drops.
Right. Which is the one that's in front of you and then that's your hole. Yeah.
And you push all the snow in it and you do it for half a minute, 30 seconds, and it'll clear it all up.
Right.
Do you
do sight hole on an angle?
No, I do 3 holes side by side.
Right.
I really put beatings on that kid drill this year.
Yeah.
It's good. Now I'm gonna be doing an honest review on a competition with the Ion. That has came out. Have you heard of the Razor?
No.
Auger? Yeah.
That Razor Auger. Yeah, I saw a Facebook ad on it.
So I'm gonna test it out. Yeah. I really like my K drill.
Right.
Because it's light for me, right?
Right. And especially if you have your own drills too, right? It just makes sense to cost efficient. That auger, that Ion I price matched at Canadian Tire.
That's okay.
And
come here.
He's just getting bored. But I price matched at at sale.
Yeah.
And I got it for $770, which is a little expensive, but I'm sure if you got it in the spring or even in the summer.
Can't get one for $450 maybe.
Yeah. But I don't know. I haven't really used it much. I want to see what it's like on a minus 30, minus 40 day. Every time I used it when it was plus, it was -2.
Yeah.
I took that battery out and I just shoved it in my bibs.
Really?
Yeah.
You have to do that.
That's what I've read about. I just did it just because
I don't think so. By now, there's two different kinds of lithium ion. There's green lithium. There's red ion. Lithium ion. The red one is good in cold temperature up to -20 Celsius.
Oh, I actually have my ion in the truck.
And the thing is with lithium ion, so you use, let's say, a 12-volt battery for your boat, like your deep cycle or your troll motor, it'll gradually lose power.
Right.
Lithium, it'll go until it's at 0, and when it's 0, you got nothing.
Right.
You literally will have nothing. Usually with 12-volt, you'll relax a little bit, cool down, you'll be able to go a bit further.
Right.
So lithium ion is once it's dead, it's dead.
Right? Yeah, well, that's what I even found out with that ion. As soon as it just quit, you can get a couple more bursts out of it if you just to finish the hole, but after that, it dies real quick. Yeah. Yeah. But I like it. It's better than I was gonna buy I was definitely gonna go buy a gas, but
the thing is with gas, it leaks everywhere. It makes so much noise.
It leaks. Well,
so heavy.
When you and I went out, like I was just like, okay, I'm with my life jacket.
Yeah.
But even then, like, there's gas hole in the sleigh and stuff. Yeah. And once you get that on your baits and shit,
or your suit,
good luck getting a fucking fish when it's all covered in gasoline and oil. So especially if it's 2-stroke, so you just have. Is
it gonna start? Got a gas auger right now? It's not starting. Not right away.
That recoil and all the compression and stuff.
It's not good in the cold. Yeah.
And it's gonna slowly recoil or break, but. I don't know. I'm still on the fence with the ion. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but
you're not sure if you're going to keep it or not?
I don't know yet. I want to, take it out a couple more times. Like, it makes sense if you're going out for the day, pop a couple holes, but
you got to keep it. It'll last you forever.
Yeah. I don't know.
It's a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but I don't know.
For 3 months of fishing. Crazy, right? That's what's so cool about ice fishing is the 3 months are so intense because you only got 3 months if there's good ice.
Right.
Is it even 3 months? Yeah, 3 months, because let's say December 15th to March 15th. So that's 4 months.
Yeah, like for me, I've been fishing one time, like right at the end, like end of March, a little bit after, for like brook trout and stuff like that.
I'm usually done March 15th.
Yeah, I'm pretty much over it too. But
yeah, I go down south and start taking my boat out, and I just too much ice fishing.
That must be so nice just to go down south with your boat. And
it's very tough fishing out there, though.
Oh, I wouldn't doubt it. That's another thing I was going to ask you too. Like, I bet like it must be like almost like an arcade when you come up here to go fish for bass compared to what it is down there, right?
Oh yeah.
Huh. That's why like the Johnson guys are so good because they have the experience down there, right?
Man, as much as people want to hate on them and be jealous, these guys can catch fish. I don't care how good of your fisherman you are. These guys catch fish everywhere.
Yeah. I'm rooting for them for the Bassmaster. It's great to see 3 Canadians in there. Gussie's in there.
Yep.
And I like Gussie just because he's just so farther north and far northern.
Boy says it's the only way gas to drill 20-inch of ice all day. I don't know. I have no problem with my K drill. I'll drill 30-inch.
Yeah.
All day.
See,
get batteries.
I think that
you got to get gas for your gas auger.
Right.
Right.
It makes sense to get gas if you're going to go up on like a 3-day bender up in the woods or something, or out in the middle of the ice, right? Then you kind of got gas. It's going to start, but even then, like some people still take the electric, but hand auger just in case.
No. Yeah, hand auger. I wonder if you could take a K drill and convert it into an auger.
You can probably get your K drill thing and then put the auger head on top. Like I got mine here. We could probably even try it, but
that'd be badass.
Yeah.
Make it super light, I bet.
Well, it's 22 pounds of what it is now. So that K drill alone is like what?
Like
just the drill.
3 pounds, maybe.
So you might get down to like 18 pounds.
Yeah, no.
But
Outdoorsy Gal came and dropped some beers. We're not going to rate them now. We're going to keep them for the next show.
Right.
But thank you very much. Appreciate
You're welcome, man. I wanted to show you some local brewing company of Haliburton.
I like it. That's a good beer.
It's good. I liked them too when I was drinking.
How's your Perrier? Rate your Perrier.
Perrier, the lime. Not a big fan of the lime, but
no, you drink Perrier. It has to be Perrier.
Perrier. What? Well, you're French. What is it? Perrier.
There you go. I don't know what you call it in French, actually. I never drank it when I was in Montreal.
The reason why
you can't do the lime Perrier.
This is lime.
That's like a flat lime Coke or something. Disgusting.
Well, they have strawberry and stuff like that too.
Do they?
Strawberry it smells good, but you can kind of taste the strawberry. I like the green apple one. It's my favorite. I used to drink a lot of pop, especially when I stopped drinking too.
Yeah.
I got such bad gut rot, so I was doing like club soda and Fresca. Then it was just like club soda, and like the aspartame. I think it's aspartame. Don't take me like credit for it, but that stuff doesn't have what club soda has, like the sodium and stuff. So that's why I drink that more. And even though
that's better for you.
Yeah, even though it's a little expensive, like compare that to drinking 2-4 beer. And
when I used to fight, like, and we go to the bars, you don't drink Perrier.
Right.
Yeah. And if you drink a lot of pop and you drink Perrier, it's the same feeling in your mouth. And you drink so much pop, because I used to drink a lot of pop. You drink so much pop, it feels the same. Like you don't even taste it. It actually feels like Coke.
And that's what it's more of the bubble taste too, right? And I actually quite enjoy it. So I'm getting my water. I think it's healthy for you.
Oh no, just logged in.
Uh-oh.
What, are you on the moon yet, bud? His sled's still not ready after blowing his sled last week.
I haven't heard of, like, I think I saw a video about it, but what exactly happened? Like, was it brand new?
Ono bought a sled, and I said I would help him out. He can leave it here.
Right. And
he says, you don't test it out for me. It's his first sled. So I said, well, I got a guy to trip with a guy. I'll use it. It's a 2-seater.
So why did it blow up?
Just huge sled. I think the guy knew it was going, and
so it was used.
Yeah. Well, we're getting it's up and going right now. So
what was it, like a Skidoo or?
It's a Skidoo Touring SLE. It's a nice sled, man. It's a caddy of sled.
Right.
Smooth. You know?
My ex-girlfriend's stepdad had one of those Arctic Panthers.
Yeah.
Dude, you feel like a little kid. Like imagine a 4-year-old on a regular sled. That's how big the sled was. It actually had a low gear for it.
Yeah.
It's so big. It's actually like you could probably fit 3 people comfortable on it.
They make a bear now.
A bear?
Yeah, it's called an Arctic Cat Bear. That guide out there from Wisconsin, Illinois, Spencer.
Right.
That fishes John B and AP. He's got a nice sled.
Right.
I busted my rack this weekend too. I broke my auger, and then Sunday in the wind I lost a few caps on my sled. That goes at the back there, my Plano tray.
Right.
It blew up, so I gotta go replace that.
Wah, wah.
Yeah, I blew his sled. So we're getting it fixed. Hopefully it's fixed by now. One thing I'm working on, I paid a graphic designer to make t-shirts.
Really?
Cartoon t-shirts of Falcor. Yeah. And I'm gonna
I don't even know what Falcor is.
So I don't have
There's a couple people that are like, what is Falcor? Is it a bait? Or
it's a bait,
tube?
yeah.
Is it a tube?
It's a tube that's special.
Right. By the sounds of it, it sounds very special.
I'm trying to buy the mold. The guy agreed to a price, and when I came to pay for it, he doubled it.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, hey, it wasn't him selling it, it's his employee, and then the boss got involved.
Right.
He wants $5,000 USD. Yeah.
So what is that, like $8,000 Canadian?
Almost 7 with shipping. So I want to make shirts. All the profits are going to go towards that mold. You bought a shirt, you'll get a pack.
That's pretty cool, though, man. They actually do.
So working on that, that's not going to come till next year.
Right.
Right. We're going to sell the shirts this season, and packs will be ready for the ice fishing show.
Right.
I'm already placing orders for the next ice fishing show.
That's good, though. Be ahead of the game, too.
Yeah. And I'm not saying anything because I know people are listening and they're going to try to bring that product. It's all going to be product I use again. Now, people are asking where to get the Set the Hook, and I sell them straight to setthehook.ca.
Right.
That's where you order, pay for shipping, comes to your door. You'll get your pack of drifter. I've been catching them on the juvenile goby, but the other colors work too.
Right.
Peter's telling me to promote the other colors, but that's all I'm using. So juvenile goby it is, but the other ones are working. Like, I remember when he first made them, I ran out of juvenile goby. I was using the avocado, and it worked. They were just as good. The avocado was a bit more brown. That's for you, bud, by the way.
What?
Yeah, man. So you're getting a bunch of packs of stick baits from Set the Hook.
Why?
Stumpy crush worms. You like drop shutting tubes.
This isn't for me.
Yeah, man.
Why?
Buddy,
I
got
don't
so much
need
stuff.
this.
You're gonna be using this.
Oh, we'll use them, but
Hold on. That's one thing every fisherman does. If you don't do this, you're not a fisherman. You pack a bait when you get home. Ooh, good God. That's some good stuff. You don't do this? You don't do this?
that's garlic. I actually kind of do it sometimes,
I do it all the time. Man.
but I don't go, oh, God, garlic. That's
Peter,
really
no disrespect,
but
what is the best smell of all packaged bait? Everybody's going to tell you it's power bait.
power bait?
Power bait reminds me of my childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you open the old tackle box, when we all flip over with the trays, that's all
Yeah.
you smell. Yeah.
Smell the power bait, man.
My little mud.
That's a good scent too, though.
And it actually smells really good.
Yeah. And I like it. It's not all over your hands and stuff like that. Same with power bait too.
Right. I've been like, what actually really stinks is I broke those Fenwicks I had. I don't know if you probably saw me complain about Fenwick, but I got them instead of sending me 2 rods. I got $500 worth of Berkeley product.
Did you?
Yeah. I've noticed like they almost gave me 2 world-class, like top of the line.
You should have grabbed those or bought them.
I said no, I'm not, because the guys.
The thing is, those companies are so big. You only get to talk to the customer service that doesn't like fishing, right? Well, they make good rods, but you know how many you know how many Berkeleys I broke this year? Like the guides on the villains.
Man, that's the same with me. The guides on, like, even
it is not from misuse. It is because the guy that decided to use a material that only bends once. So if you go to rebend it, it just snaps.
Yeah,
right? There's no ductility in the material they're using.
Right.
See, I spoke some big words here.
Yeah.
Spoke some big words.
But I don't know. I like their blanks. I think they have great blanks, like for the rods. But it's just even the Abus, like the Verocities, and I bought 2. I got 2 brand new Ados, and half the guides folded, and then actually the eyelets, like at the tip, the weld broke.
Yeah, they just break.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So anyways,
I mean, it happens with every rod company, but the thing is, it's hard to get good customer service.
Yeah.
Like today, my truck went in.
Right.
I got 100K on that truck now.
Holy. The furthest I drove with my truck was actually here today.
Yeah, it's nice.
It is nice.
And I did the service today, and they're like, "Okay, your brake calipers, we're gonna change them. They're both done." And when they said that, well, I said, I need a car. I got to go to work tomorrow.
Right.
It's like, no problem. I'm going to tell you, any of the other dealership would have said, well, it's too bad.
Right.
Right. So customer service comes a long ways. Like Rocky's tackle services, he repairs reel.
Yep.
And Tyler, he repairs trolling motor. Man, the guy's so nice. I go there to get my trolling motor fixed.
This was at Rocky's?
Yeah. I go to get my troller fixed, and he replaced all the cables for me. I didn't ask for that. He replaced the covers for it. And I got back. Like, I fish a lot, man.
Right.
With tournaments and pre-fishing. I got back in the season. I had a little problem. My switch on the old Trex. He saw that my cover for my trolling motor broke again. It's like, I'll replace that. Bring it back tomorrow. I said, well, you already done that. I'm not going to come back. But there's no better service than that guy.
Right.
Customer service, for me, I'll pay double the price to get you customer service.
That's what it really comes
100%. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I broke a seam in the Auger. And not my fault, not their fault. I think there's vibration, and one of the seat got loose, and only a few bolts stayed in there. I'm a big guy, too. I emailed them, I think, Friday, and they haven't replied yet. I mean, get on it.
Yeah, well, that's what when I come down to Fenwick, like I had a lot of
trying
to get a hold of them.
You're paying a premium. It's not like you bought a $29 Berkeley Lightning.
Yeah. Customer
service is so important nowadays.
It is.
And the thing is, everything's automated now when you call it places. So, I will pay more money for a good customer service.
Yeah, I would too. Well, it just shows a long way, and you're actually going to get it on time. They're going to they even go a little bit farther than what they want. And then they should. So,
it's like I had a Mega Bass rod. I bought it. I went fishing, and one of the guy bent.
Right.
It just mismanufacturing to it. I had to fill out a full form. I had to go find my receipt, dig it out, put it on there, submit it by email. Like, listen, buddy, I paid $300 for the rod.
Right.
You know, like, don't give me the whole run around.
That's why I heard good things about like G Loomis, right? If you broke one, they'll go, okay, we're gonna send you one out, just send it back in the week.
Yeah.
But
it should be like that with everything.
I think
right,
so,
McGill,
too.
I broke some rods and it was my fault. And they're like, okay, $20.
yeah,
Here's another one. Now, luckily, I go to Tremblay's.
right.
If I have a problem, Abby Garcia and Remy just says $20. Grab another one from off the rack.
So yeah,
Remy has really upped his game, and the customer service always get there. You guys are asking where to get the drifter head.
right,
The only guy that has it right now is Remy at Tremblay's.
right.
I don't know. He might
do you
be
have the drifter heads here?
I don't.
You don't? That's
in the garage. I show it to everybody, but they keep asking. It's the 1/8 ounce jig head with no eyes on it. It's got like a mushroom head with
Right.
lead on the hook.
Does it almost look like a net rig? Almost?
Yes, sir. With lead on the hook.
Oh, just so it's a little bit more narrow profile for the head, I'm guessing, or
As you don't see as much. You don't see as much lead, right? It's just really the bait instead of being a quarter head and then the rest bait.
The rest
It's
bait,
lead. And the weight's in the hook, so your bait's not sticking up like this.
up like this. So it's
And no
actually
bait
kind of-
like sticking up like this.
No.
And then you reel your bait up and it's like this. No, the bait's like this. You know?
right. Yeah.
Berkeley half head. There you go. That's what it's called. Thank you, Chrissy. You answered that question. That's awesome.
I could barely see the chat with the camera in the way, but that don't matter.
Yeah.
But-
So let's go back to the cold front. Like, the most questions we're getting is how you fish the cold front and everything. How I set up. I don't, luckily with my videos and my Instagram and my picture, I don't do a journal anymore. I look at the pictures I took and I'm like, okay, January 17, I caught him there. So I'm going to go around there. But this season, I really started where I left last year for me. Is fishing new stuff. Don't fish old stuff.
Right.
I want to expand. The lake is massive. I know maybe 5% of the lake. There's so much structure that's not even marked by any avionics.
Right. Probably like a whole. Did you go out there with your boat prior, like in the fall, and just?
I do sometimes.
Yeah.
I do.
That's
in
what I
the
did.
spring a lot too. When that's really clear in the spring,
Right.
that's when I go look at stuff, and like with the side imaging, you'll see the Lakers,
Right.
and they'll be off the hump,
Right.
or they'll be off the flat, and like they still hang around where you catch them.
Right.
I don't fish for them, but I see them.
Right.
So you look at stuff like that and really expanding and exploring new stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because there's so much pressure now. Lake Simcoe's seeing more pressure
Well,
every year.
another thing is, like, I always say that I think the internet's the worst thing for. That's
Yeah, well, we got to deal with it, right? It's like the gobies.
Yeah.
When they came, there's nothing you can do now.
Yeah. With
Right.
like the Facebook groups, right? There's the people that are just like, oh, I caught it here and here and here, right? And that's in front of like Lake Simcoe's like what, 15,000 people?
Yeah.
That's a lot of eyes, and they have some of those eyes are going to tell their friends about it.
Oh yeah, for sure.
It's the worst thing. That's why I just shut the fuck up sometimes when it comes.
You get your Instagram's like, where are you fishing? Where should I go? Blah blah. I can't answer everybody.
Yeah. Well, especially where I'm from. Like I
Get out and fish.
Those lakes are so small. I just don't say a word.
No.
But
Get out and fish.
yeah, I get a little paranoid now.
You gotta get out and fish and figure it out on your own. And the main thing is, everybody's like, how much you charge for guiding?
Right.
Okay, where you from? Barrie? You live on the lake.
Right.
Gotta figure it out on your own. I don't want to take your money.
Right.
Some guys live in Toronto. They're still very close to the lake. They can't go to the lake. They pay guides, and the guys take them to a community hole. They've been baiting the bottom for like 2 weeks.
2 weeks. Yeah.
You know what I mean? You're not paying for what you think you're getting.
Right. You're not paying for the knowledge that you're learning.
No, the hole's baited for the
Yeah.
past 2 weeks.
Right.
Right? So I have guided trips this weekend, and I'm going to fish brand new stuff. I'm not even I know the fish are going to be
Right.
there.
Well, this also,
Well, they want to fish with me. We're just going to go.
right.
They're going to see what I do exactly to find them.
See, if I didn't know you, I think that'd be the most exciting thing about going on a guide. It's like, we're going to go to a new spot. Like, then you have your you know, your past experience. They see your Instagram, how much fish you caught.
I found a honey hole for whitefish that nobody goes on it. I can almost see it from my house.
Right.
It's in a bay. It's not a structure. It's not anything. I just punched a hole, and I might go fish it after. We might go. I wish you had your pants.
I know. I wish I had my. I don't know. I'll have to go check in the truck what I have, but
I might have girl pants that might fit you.
fit my fat ass. I don't know. I'll try, but get some duct tape or something.
Oh no, I got pants. I got spare pants.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got boots. You need boots though. No, I don't have. Boots. Oh yes, I do have spare boots.
We're doing it.
How heavy are you?
I'm about 210. Trying to lose some weight.
Damn, you're a tall guy.
I am a tall guy.
What's your Instagram, by the way? You gotta check this guy's Instagram. It's pretty funny. The only thing is, he will look into the camera lens while eating a banana.
Yeah, I fucking love bananas.
That's pretty fruity.
Yeah, I've actually caught my biggest bass this year with a banana on the boat.
Some people it's all confidence. You know, okay, guys. Little tip here. And I didn't learn this on my own. Do you know why bananas in fishing have people are skeptical about bringing bananas, and there's a myth about banana being bad luck towards fishing?
Well, apparently they brought a lot of I don't know if this is correct.
There's so many myths, but there's only one right one.
Well, one was it would attract a lot of spiders or something like that.
Negative.
No.
So when Spain came to South America, they discovered banana. They wanted to bring them back and sell them in Spain.
Right.
Well, it's a long trip. It's a long journey coming back.
Right.
They're not eating bananas the whole way.
No.
They gotta catch fish. So the way they catch fresh fish is by catching fish.
Much more
but
sense.
Listen, bananas don't last long either.
No.
So when they have bananas, they didn't have time to fish and slow down and catch some fish. They have to go straight back, or they would the bananas would go bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's why bananas are bad luck for fishing. It's not about they attract spiders or they're gonna clog the boat. It's not a myth. It's true. When they brought back bananas, they couldn't stop to catch fish because the bananas would go bad. Didn't have ice back then, man.
Right.
South America. Think about it. How long is a banana lasting you on your counter?
Not long.
Not long.
I bet. Well, especially if it's all genetically modified bananas now.
Exactly.
But back then, they probably only last. They're probably only about this big back then. They don't get bananas like we do now.
I'm sure they did have decent bananas, or what do you call them? The other ones, they're not bananas. Plantain.
You know more than I do. I just eat the yellow ones.
Plantains are good, are yellow too.
Oh,
but that's the true story about bananas.
Yeah,
I don't want bananas on my boat. I fished a tournament once. The person I was fishing had bananas. We didn't catch nothing for 2 hours. Pulls out a banana and eat it. I took the whole bag and chucked it in the boat. What are you doing, man? I'm taking a chance.
I always eat a banana every day, as much as I can. I'll bring some on the boat, and I have no problem fishing with bananas. But
see, Rafael says his organic banana lasts about a week. You know how long a trip is with sailing back from Costa Rica to Spain?
Probably
they don't have a 99 or a 250 Pro XS.
Going through that Bermuda Triangle too.
Yeah.
I thought I'd be a lot nervous doing this at first.
It's not the bananas that rotted the boat quicker. It's the other way around. The bananas would rot in the boat, so they had to cross backward straight so they couldn't fish and catch fish.
Right.
That's why it's bad luck for fishing.
I don't think so.
Yeah, plantains you have to cook. Yeah, it is. It's true. When you go to Costa Rica, that's the true story. I learned that from my friend Brian Hughes. He's from there. His wife's from there. No, he's not from there, but he lived there in the winter.
Right. I have a couple of people who do that.
Yeah.
Too.
300 XS. Nah, you don't need that fast.
The 400s. Banana lures.
Spilling the beans. So, yeah, let's talk about spilling the beans. So, the main thing is how you attract fish to come to your hole and how you're going to finesse them.
Right.
If they're going to eat a rattle trap, good. It's been a cold front.
Right.
You got to bring them to the hole, make them curious, lift up your finesse bait, and they're like, okay, now I got to eat. That thing doesn't look real, bouncing up and down the water, attracted me. Now I got to eat. You know what I mean?
Well, Well, that's what I do with walleye too, right? It's just I get a big bait that goes just to attract
Yeah,
them.
they
too.
gotta
But
come.
after that, it's just a very small jig head with a plastic or even a pinhead if I'm getting really picky.
Kevin's asking if I use scent on a drifter. I do. I'm working on something.
Ooh,
Oh,
spilling the beans.
Oh, I'm working on something.
On your own scent? I'm not gonna
not
like
my
open
own
your
scent.
fridge. And
I'm testing the scent.
I'm not gonna open your fridge and just see like a bowl.
No. It's artificial scent.
Right.
And yeah, it's ready out there, but I want to test it out first.
Yeah.
Before.
Do you have people helping you with it, or?
No. It's because I want to bring it in.
Right.
Right.
And then you probably put it on the market when you do the ice fishing show, probably.
Exactly.
Or? Yeah.
It's not. They don't sell it in Canada. But I'm testing different ones, right? Right now they got like Cisco and other stuff. I really like it. It's in a jar.
Right. Is that the stuff you had it on when we went crappie fishing?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah.
You saw it. Yeah, the green stuff. I don't like that one so much.
No.
It smells too like artificially. Right? It smells like a new car smell.
Yeah. I don't think that's fishy enough.
But here's the thing with scent too. Do you really think the fish smell in Lake Simcoe? No. They're all sightseers.
Yeah.
It's all about presenting the right bait. The fish doesn't go, oh, you smell them, I'm gonna eat them. Like he eats. Those fish see from so far.
Right.
Right. And now if you're fishing a different lake that's got different water clarity, they'll use. I'm sure they got sand glands that they can use, but Simcoe, man, they're side feeders.
Right.
Now
that's like
the thing is with the scent, when they put it in their mouth, they keep it in their mouth.
Right.
They don't go,
spit it back out real quick.
It's like if you put ice cream in my mouth, man, ain't not enough on the spoon. But then again, it's a confidence thing, right?
Right.
See, this year bass fishing, and trust me, it had nothing to do with the scent. But I made a cast where I put spray scent, push scent with the thing, and then I dipped it into that thing. So I had 3 scent on there. I cast it on there. Every cast, in the first cast I made with that, I caught a 6.5. It's big in a
Smallie?
Yeah.
Yeah, that is a big one.
What do you think I'm going to do every cast after that? The same thing. Spray, push, dip it, cast it back. It has nothing to do with that.
Right.
It's just in my mind. It's not the combination of thing. But now you have to do it like that because you're confident into that, right?
What's Brian's YouTube channel?
You got a YouTube channel?
I don't. I was thinking about starting one though.
You got
I got a GoPro, but
you got an Instagram?
I got an Instagram. I do like 1 little minute videos of me fishing sometimes.
Yeah.
And sometimes I post some stuff on my my story. It's either really stupid and funny. I try to be funny.
You got a funny Instagram account.
Yeah, you think so?
Yeah, it's good. You guys should follow him.
I try to make people laugh, right? That's my main motto. It's just, it's not like the boring, hey, my name is Brian, I'm going to go catch a fish today. But I don't know. I just try to make it funny and make people laugh, even if it's not fishing related. So,
okay, we're going to start reading some questions, guys. Hunting and Fishing Ontario said, do you think those live target goby would work? The soft bait, they come with the hook and everything, going to use it for Lakers. Actually, this Ono's going to be pissed, but this is Ono's favorite bait. It is. They do work. The live target gobies?
Yeah?
Yeah, they do work. 100%.
Oh, those things. I've seen those with the big hook that comes out of the back there. You can get them at your Canadian Tire Special.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 baits, and the only thing is...
What color does he use the most?
Brown.
Yeah, not the purple one.
I'm sure purple would work.
I think it's just the same. You think they're colorblind or do they see color? Lake trout.
I think they see colors.
Yeah.
Yeah. Raphael's asking, do you think the middle of Simcoe's Lake frozen? I'm sure it is. It is, but the problem is there's pressure cracks. And pressure cracks happen always in the same area every year. Now this year, there's probably 10 times more pressure crack than the year before because all those flakes broke out.
Well, even at where I live, there's pressure cracks everywhere. So we got more ice than obviously got more ice than you. Somebody was driving a truck on Boschkong already.
That's just silly.
There's 16 inches of ice on there.
That's
what I saw too. I'm like, that's
the thing is with the truck, it's not the fact that he's driving a truck, it's this: if you go through, you're stuck in the truck.
Yeah.
But a skidoo or an ATV, at least you float.
Yeah. My dad actually sunk his side-by-side this year. 74 feet of water.
What? Was that him on the news there?
No, this is it didn't go on the news, but brand new $30,000 Polaris.
So what happened?
Well, there was enough ice. There was 8 inches out there, but I guess what happened where he was, because there was no snow. He had 2 people on the back. It was 2-layered ice.
Oh.
So he was going so slow. If he had the speed, he would have been fine.
Yeah.
But it's just that one plot, and it just went plunk. He had 15 seconds because it took, the back end went in, and he had 15 seconds to get out before it fell in.
So he lost 30 grand.
No, actually, he's like, being my dad, he's like, oh, just in case, I'm just gonna put a jug in a 100-foot roll of rope.
And he pulled it out?
He pulled it out the next day.
How?
He got 2 other side-by-sides with winches and cut a hole in the ice because there's about 8 to 10 inches, and then he just yanked it all the way up.
With that rope?
Yeah. Everything, that's what I said too, but that's crazy.
I'm putting a jug to my snowmobile.
Yeah,
that's smart, actually.
It is my dad's smart. He's an asshole though, but he's smart. I don't know why I don't know, like if you have to do that, why would you want to go on the ice anyways? But
that's actually smart.
It is.
Is the side-by-side working now?
You still got to change. Well, obviously you have to drain it. Right now, I think it's sitting at a Hydro One garage right now.
Just so it heated.
Yeah, right heated just to get it all the water out. And it's not the first time he's sunk his side-by-side in the lake, but the last time it was only in 10 feet of water. But just because right by the shore there was a spring that came up. But yeah, it was 74 feet of water. He lost the door, radio, and friend lost his ion auger too.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's actually smart.
Yeah. But it was like just because of the pressure, like even like the headlights and stuff imploded because of the pressure, right? The air.
That's crazy.
Yeah. But it's out. So
Hunting and Fishing Ontario was asking earlier if we didn't respond. I'm heading to Back Lake for brook trout. Any tips fishing on? Buddy, I know nothing about brook trout. And at this time of the season, I think they're definitely going to be shallow.
Yeah.
But they're not going to be shallow all day. They'll come to feed and they'll bounce out. You're going to have more success if it's a sunny day where the sun can go through and that you can have an hatch.
Yeah. I always fish for like rainbows and like especially stock lakes with rainbows and brook trout. I always fish for them shallow. I've caught them in 2 feet of water. That's shallow because they'll go up right up into the bank and grab whatever's on the in the mud.
Yeah.
Because like I cut them open, you can see like just dirt and shit.
Yeah.
But even if it's like under 14 feet of water, I only put the bait just underneath the ice because they're just traveling around.
Yeah.
Around islands and stuff.
Yeah.
Like that. But
super shallow. Yeah. Yeah. You just jig up and down when you mark them, they'll come and eat.
Yeah. But everybody thinks like, oh, brook trout, they're going to be deep. Some people are just go right in the middle of the lake to fish them. But
Canada says, what's the best weather for whiteys? You think whiteys? No disrespect to anybody, but it's the easiest thing to catch.
Yeah.
Once you figure them out and you're matching the hatch, they're just cows. They eat all day. They're like me.
Sea cow.
Buddy.
They
eat all day. You don't need to be professional to catch whitefish. There's no bad weather to catch whitefish.
Right.
Now, when there's a cold front, they'll stay in one area instead of roaming the shoal or the bottom.
Right.
And they'll feed in a feeding window. But you'll get them to bite if you got the right colored bait and the right size. I mean, they eat all day. That's why their mouth's like this. They just roam.
Yeah, I know nothing about whitefish.
No, they eat all day. On Simcoe anyway.
Yeah, I've caught probably 2 in my life.
No.
So, but strictly walleye when it comes to for the winter.
So listen, you want to catch whitefish, you get a drifter. When he shows up,
if you
watch my how-to video, okay? When he shows up, you lift up that drifter. Hey, buddy, I'm here. He's going to show up. When he shows up, you put it on the bottom. And you just lightly tap it like this. It's going to go tonk. You lift it to see if he's there. You set the hook. Now, sometimes they don't want to eat like that. When they're really aggressive, you lift your bait. He shows up. You lift it up, and he follows you really slow like a perch. You got to lift it up, and it'll go pop. Sometimes they'll miss it, and you'll see he'll go back down, reposition himself, and come back up. Right. Now, if he goes completely back down, then go on bottom. Lift it up once. He'll be like, oh, here's his bait. tap, 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 tap. Sometimes you stop. And the thing is with whitefish, the bite's very subtle.
Right. Well, I saw that video too. They're just like,
It's not like a, it's just like, and they'll spit it out. It's
like a
not.
cow.
Pardon me?
Like a cow.
Just like a cow, man. It's just, honestly, man.
Somebody put on your
Sea cow.
sea cow doors. I probably sat there in tears laughing
Really?
for so long. Now I'm just kind of teasing you every time I see someone
It's true.
Sea cow.
Sea
Sea cow
cow.
outdoors.
Simcoe, sea cow. Take the M out. Sea cow.
Brian or Seb, you guys ever fish Gull Lake in Minden? I fished it a couple times. There's burbot and whitefish, Cisco, and walleye in there too. So, and lake trout.
What's the best rod length and weight for ice fishing on Simcoe? I mean, really, if you're going to target lake trout and whitefish, I like a long rod.
I like long rods.
If you have a small rod on the lake trout I caught, she more likely come off.
Yeah, because you don't have the parabolic bend.
Yeah, you want that parabolic bend. It keeps pressure on the fish, but lightly.
Yeah.
You see the size of the hook
It's just
when we got the hook out, it wasn't bent out.
No.
It I still use the same hook. It's still hooked up. Like, it's a big fish I caught.
Right. Because it acts like it's a big
If you have
right?
too stiff of a backbone, the hooks are going to straighten out.
Right.
Right. Those lake trout, they have them out like ours. Like really bony. It's like I call it the dog jaw.
Right.
Like if you catch it on the side, you're fine. But if you really catch it in the mouth, I mean, you're only piercing the skin. You're not piercing through that little hook. You're not.
Make sure your hooks are sharp, by the way. But yeah, I like a long rod in general. I haven't had any long rods. I snapped all my St. Croix in the door.
What? In the door.
To shut the door.
Man. You're hard on rods, man.
I am very hard on rods. I'm a little better now, but
Jeffrey's asking, what color of tungsten duos were you using and talk about on Saturday? That's a custom colored, limited colored edition. It's called the Thule Perch that they have in California. I should have brought.
Oh, that was that rip in the.
That lipless.
Yeah, that thing looked sexy.
It looked like a goby so much.
Oh.
And 2 years ago, we had a lipless bite that was just insane. The lake trout were all feeding on bottom. They wouldn't touch it up and down. You had to put it on bottom like a whitey, and they would go like a bass. Donk, and you'd be like, fish on.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was so much fun, but there's seasons for that, right? That's more of a late season. So that lipless, I was really hoping to just attract the fish with it. I didn't catch anything on that lipless yet.
Right.
So far, the best lipless color you can get, I find, is the 10-inch shad color. Good luck finding it, though.
Do you think that like lake trouts, like now that we're going into February, do you find it's a big different transition? Like they're not as hungry?
No. So right now, early season, a lot of lake trout are packed up together. Packs of 2s, 3s. They'll come through the hole real quick and leave.
Right.
Like a small pack of wolves because of the spawn.
Right.
In February, they spread out.
Right.
There's less oxygen. It's getting really cold. February is like August for fishing. August is, you can still catch. It's just the dog days where it's almost too hot for them. There's not as much light. When you get a lot of snow, right? So that's when they start suspending again.
Right.
Right. They're chilling. They're conserving energy. Although they're cold water species, they're conserving. You'll still catch a lot of lake trout.
I guess also the ice is so thick too, right? So it doesn't penetrate a lot of.
You're right. The light penetration doesn't go on bottom.
Right.
So the oxygen and those bait fish, instead of being on bottom, now they're suspended.
Right. And I guess that's what makes sense if you have your bait up in the middle of the water column too, jigging it, because they can still kind of see where it's still light. Correct?
Pardon me?
Does that make sense? Like, well, especially at like February when the ice is so thick.
Yeah.
That's why you would have to, jig your
higher. Yeah. There's a trick for that though. You guys spilled the beans, so we're fishing this way, we're jigging this way. My bait's there.
Right.
I always do a whole 10 foot behind the hut,
so
light comes through and shines on my bait.
Oh.
Mind blown. That's when I'm fishing deep, though.
That's mind blown. I learned a lot of things from this podcast.
It's crazy, though, eh?
Yeah.
But I do that when I'm fishing deep, when they're like 60 or more.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of snow. I do it all the time if there's snow.
Right. That's really smart. It's really fucking smart.
Where's Aaron? Aaron's out fishing right now, catching nothing with Josh. They're probably watching this podcast. Aaron called me, and all I could hear in the back is Luke Bryan or something like that. I said, shut the music down. That's why they're not biting. He's like, no, it's Josh singing.
Oh, sounds like me.
Oh, man. We're still trying to read some of the questions. How many tats you got, Brian?
I got 4. I haven't got.
Where are they?
They're all here.
All on the left arm.
Yeah, I got a blue jay, an anchor, pinup girl, and some fucking quote that's not spelt right. Grammarly, it's not. So I'm gonna get that covered up, but.
Man.
I haven't got
No, man, it's memories.
Yeah, I'll probably get my sleeve. I'd like to get my chest and my stomach blasted eventually.
Chest hurts, man. Oh
Yeah.
my god, the chest hurts, bud.
Yeah.
Like they're up here because I got a tattoo right here.
Right.
They're up here, and it feels like they're on your nipple,
nipple.
just going.
Yeah, especially
chest hurts,
too. I'd like to get more tats, but I just fishing's expensive, so trying to get a new boat this year.
Stu Gods is asking, what's your best technique for perch? Well, every fish I catch, ice fishing, I try to move the bait away from them.
Right.
Always. I jig. And if there's a fish showing up, I lift it off bottom and I make him chase. So what happened is the bait's moving away. Instead of jigging it into his face, he's not missing it. He's in line. He's swimming with it.
Right.
That's how it would be in the wild too. Like if it's going to eat a minnow, the minnow's just not going to sit in their face.
There and
it's moving away.
They go like this too, right?
Yeah.
But see, when you guys asked about whitefish, lake trout, perch, I have no idea on that. I'm strictly walleye, so
strictly and crappie.
Crappie.
You don't go lake trout fishing?
Well, I do like the odd time at my dad's huts or something if I feel rambunctious, but I work so much that by the time it's getting dark, I can just go out and do a night fish.
You're gonna go out with Matt Moulton. You're gonna catch whitefish.
Yeah,
lake trout.
I'm excited for that.
Tell him to take you on the juice, and if you guys don't know where to go, call me.
Okay.
I'll be in Michigan though. You gotta send me a text.
Okay. But yeah. I don't know, just because I fish at night anyways, because I don't have to drive 2 hours. I could just be 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Home. So I could fish from 3 o'clock till like 8, be home for 9.
117 viewers. Ask your questions. We answer anything. It's a R-rated podcast. We say whatever we want. Fisher the dog sleeping right there. That's a good dog, man.
Yeah, he's a good boy.
Amazing dog.
Yeah, he does this exactly on the boat. If you look at all my Instagram.
But what does he like to do? Does he play with you?
Yeah, he likes to play.
Play fight, or does he fetch? Not really.
Not really. He'll fetch a little bit. He's like, fuck this. This is boring. But just this.
Yeah.
But on the boats
he's like a pack dog.
Yeah, I'll swing a 5-pounder or 4-pounder over top of him. It doesn't do anything.
No.
He'll kind of get out of the way a little bit, but no, he's a good boy. Quiet.
God damn, we got some comments on there. Like, you can't be...
What's the comment?
Where you've been following me forever. Now you ask me that. Come on. There's some messed up stuff on there.
What do you guys do for work?
What's your favorite braid Florida knot? Look at my videos. I have a how to knot best knot to connect 2 lines together. I like the uni to uni.
Yeah, I like the uni.
It has never failed me, but the FJ knot is amazing. I use it a lot in the summer because it doesn't get stuck in the micro guides. Question for Brian. Really want to get up for walleye. There's a lake I know in Haliburton. I don't want to say the name on here. Could I message you on Instagram? Any tips for walleye through the ice? Ask him right now.
You don't have to say about the lakes, but
ask him right now.
Like, I don't know, for winter time, especially early for walleye, I like to go. So it really depends. But like if it's a shallow lake, I'll go. If I know where a weed bed is, all green, I'll also go there at night, no matter what, and set up probably right up against it or even 20 feet away from it. Shoals, I'll stick around a shoal. Current, like inlets and outlets.
Yeah.
Anything around that. If there's say like an island with a shoal by current, that's a hot spot for me. That's where I gravitate to. But,
so if the current's coming this way and this is a shoal, where do you set up?
So the current's going this way.
Yeah.
And the shoal?
Yeah.
I'm trying to find where it's a little bit calmer on water.
Really? So here's my thought on this. Doesn't mean it's right. but in most species, especially bass,
Right.
and lake trout would be the same, but most predatory fish that hangs around current and shoal, you will have less fish here, but every fish you're going to mark in face of the current they're eating.
Right.
They're there because they want to be the first opportunity to take fish to grab whatever's swimming their way.
Right.
They're passing through their way. You'll have more fish, less active. Doesn't matter though. There's still air to feed.
Right.
So less active, more fish, still there to feed.
Mm-hmm.
On top of the shoal, very active fish. On front of the shoal, easy for sure. You can drop a bare hook down there.
Right.
That's the way I see it. And the deeper you go at the back end, and you'll get more fish, but a lot of them are just chilling.
Yeah. So I don't know. I aim for shoals and stuff, especially if we're coming into more, midwinter. I go for off structure humps.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Always. Walleye are definitely structured fish.
Yeah. You'd be surprised, like out in Boschkong, for years, like back when I didn't know much, we were catching walleye in 90 feet of water.
Yeah.
But
deep?
That deep. Up.
They die though, eh?
Oh, they're dead. By the time you, every 27.
They're so fragile, the walleye.
Well, I think only whitefish and lake trout are the only ones that could pass gas. That pressure of gas so quick.
Yeah.
Everything else is, has a hard time. But I think it's every 27 feet is one atmospheric pressure. So like if you go down 90 something feet, I don't know if that's correct, by the way, so don't take my knowledge for it. I think that's correct. But by the time they come up from 90 feet to 60 feet, they're dead. The whole stomach's out.
Yeah.
You can't fix them. There's been times where it's like, if you catch your limit of walleye and you're not trying to target them,
you got to move.
You got to move, or if you caught them, you just throw them in the hole, and that's all you do. You can't do anything about it. And if the CO comes, if you have your limit, you're like, it died, threw it in the hole. You can't get in shit.
Yeah, you got to be careful.
33 feet. Yeah, the most I'll ever fish is sometimes 35, but usually I stay around 30 feet. So,
I'm going to butcher your name there, SRV Man 2. What do you think about fishing burbot spawning areas for whiteys? It's very similar to walleye, actually.
Yeah?
More than lake trout and whitefish. You would be surprised where lake trout and whitefish spawn on Lake Simcoe. A lot of people think they spawn in shoal, and they do.
Right.
But the old fish, the real natural fish that are old, the whitefish and the lake trout, they spawn on shore. Literally on shore on Lake Simcoe. I'm not going to say where, but you would be very, very, very surprised. Yeah, on shore and on islands. For sure they do shoals 100%, but you'd be surprised where else they go. Super shallow too. We're talking like a foot of water.
Right?
Yep.
That's wild.
Yep.
Some lakes up where I am are their lake trout open all year.
Okay, so Jam 1971. I'm generally new to ice fishing heaters. How do you avoid carbon monoxide? Is there a concern? I'm gonna say no. I've watched YouTube videos on that. I'm not an expert. I've watched YouTube videos on that. Guy had it in his room like this, started the buddy heater and put a carbon monoxide. It never went off.
Yeah. I've had a friend go stay all night in a hut with the buddy heater. Actually, it wasn't a buddy heater. It was actually a two-way stove.
Yeah, that's different.
That's different.
Different.
They were trying to have a cigarette, and they couldn't light the lighter.
Because there's not enough oxygen.
Yeah, so they stuck it out the window, and it lit up. And they're like, oh, we should probably let some air in. So
yeah, there's not enough oxygen.
Yeah, dangerous. But I think those buddy heaters are a little bit different anyways. But
yeah, they burn differently.
Yeah.
I think they burn all the gas, 100%. What's the best depth searching for lake trout? It really depends, man. You want to catch lake trout right now, you got to go 90, 110 feet of water.
Right.
Like, especially targeting lake trout. You're going to go shallow, you're going to catch, less fish. You're not going to catch them. Here's the thing. When you go shallow, you're not going to you're going to mark as many fish as you would deep.
Yeah.
So guys get depressed, they move.
Do you think they're more aggressive shallow, though?
Oh, yeah, 100%. They come there to feed. They don't stage there. They don't stay there. They don't live shallow. Right?
Right.
They come there to feed. It's a buffet for them. And it's everywhere on the lake. Like everybody says, go around the islands. Everywhere shallow. Everywhere you got a shoal that comes up shallow.
Right.
Every shoal's good out there.
Well, fish move, especially lake trout too. But I don't know. With walleye, it's always time bite for me.
See, Josh said he spotted a few massive laker in marinas fishing for perch in November. And I know exactly what you're talking about. I've poked one. with my rod. They're great. They're just like a rock. I'm like, that rock's moving.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell's that? And it was in a foot of water. It was windy, so it wasn't flat.
What time? When was this?
In November.
November.
And it was full moon outside in the sun, during the day. And I poked my rod. I'm like, what the hell's that? And I poked it. It was a massive lake trout.
Is this enough pets for you? No.
CO2 concern, vent often. Yeah, that's why my vents are always open. Perry Sound. I wonder if Perry Sound's locked up.
I have a friend up there. I should probably
You
give
should
him a
ask him.
message.
I'd love to get up there. You should ask him.
Kyle, who does who's on the other side of 705 Fishing. He's actually the admin. He's up there right now. He was from Barrie, but he moved back.
I wonder if it's frozen because it's really deep there, 300 feet.
Right out on right out front there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've only fished there a couple times. I fished Lake Joe, but their open season's like
February 15th.
Yeah.
It's a lot of small fish. There's big fish in there.
There is some big fish I've seen. I saw some Polish guy come out with 15-pounder.
Yeah, and they fight like crazy.
But I was gonna message him, but screw it. I'll ask him later. I would imagine if there's enough ice where I am, like all our lakes are locked up. They've been for the past month. So that's another thing. That's why I'm very quiet too when I post on us on the beginning of the year too.
Like,
because everybody here's so fucking hot and horny to get out and fish.
Yeah.
But
like, I love you guys and I love everybody that fishes. You just can't share areas.
Mm-mm.
You work hard for that stuff, right?
Yeah. Sometimes I'm like, some people I know, it's like, where are you fishing? I'm like, I'm not telling. It's like, oh, it don't matter to me. But at the same time, it's like, it doesn't matter to you, but you tell someone that it's crazy about fishing and they got a big blabbermouth. That's what happened last year at my friend's walleye spot.
Yeah.
We were catching, I don't know. He caught a 9-pounder. I was catching like consistently 7, 8, 7, 7, 6, 7.
Really?
Yeah. And next thing you know, Hut City.
Does the dog want to go pee?
It's probably really loud. Sorry. Come on.
What is she doing?
I don't know.
He's coming back.
Probably bored.
Is 015 line Woodland safe to get on? I'm not sure, my friend. I'm not sure. I can only fish on weekends, and there's some areas I wouldn't go to. By foot, you're fine.
Lie down.
For sure.
Lay down. That's a good point.
Yeah, the wind was brutal.
Yeah, I didn't fish this weekend. I'm going to get out later this week, obviously with Matt there, but I might even do a walleye fish tomorrow.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You're off tomorrow?
I'm off all this week, and then I work 9 days again.
Man, you get out there and fish.
That's what I'm doing.
Can you catch them during the day? Why don't you go lake trout during the day, take a nap, and go walleye fishing at night?
Well, I don't know. It's just like what I was saying. It's just like I just waste a lot of time during the day, right?
Finding them?
Well, you can find them, but
the lake trout you'll find.
The lake trout you can find, but I don't know if I'm targeted for walleye. It's just I don't like it's lake trout's fun, but it's like it's not like Simcoe.
What's the deal with the hatchery you're working on? Explain the folks what's going on with the hatchery.
Oh.
So Brian volunteers a lot of his time with a hatchery. That what is it? The gold?
So they're Haliburton Gold lake trout. So there's 3 lakes. There's McDonald, Halls Lake, Redstone Lake. I think there might be a couple. What happened is that when the last ice age came, they landlocked these ancient lake trout. They're not big. They look like a lake trout, but they're just torpedo shaped. They don't get big.
But they grow fast.
I'll get to that in a second. Anyways, it landlocked it, and then they kept this, this rare strain of lake trout. So Haliburton Outdoors Association started a hatchery in 1998, and they keep on putting fish in, doing the Haliburton Golds. They do. We've done walleye in the past, brook trout, splake, anything you name, anything that we have up there. You can actually look it online on all our stockings too. So and all the lakes that they name. So
does Lake Simcoe get Haliburton lake trout?
No, we do more of the Bancroft, Haliburton, and sometimes in Perry Sound too.
So what's going on now with that?
So what happened is going on right now is that the MNRF is stopped their funding for us. So basically,
why is that, you think?
I don't know. I think
You
it
can
could
get political. It's fine.
political. I think it might have to do something with Ford.
Cutting funds.
Yeah.
Cutting funds.
Well, he's cutting a lot of funds with everything, like daycare.
But the thing is, we're not going to get political.
No, not political, but
when you get a crazy woman spending your money for 8 years, you got to cut down, or else your kids are going to get into debt. So, I mean, there's give and takes.
Yeah.
There's no bad government.
But
Canada's the best country in the world, no matter who's in power.
Yeah. But back to that, it's just that they don't do, like, we do the footwork, all the volunteers. There's almost 50 volunteers there. What they do is, all they do is that we use their license to gather the eggs of the lake trout or any other fish like walleye. We collect the eggs. We use their equipment to do that in their license. So their boats and their, people to help with it, you're licensed to. And after we do all the footwork for growing them, especially for when they're little eggs, we use them for the helicopter services to put them in some lakes, and then
lake trout.
Trout.
Okay, do you clip their fins?
Yeah, we clip their fins. So we have the school, which is we have a couple like JDH, which is like a public school. Yep. They hate it. They don't like coming there, but they come and then we get the kids help to clip all the fins.
Question for you.
Yep.
Do those fish reproduce?
Yes. They will, like the Haliburton Gold ones will reproduce. So what?
The stocked one.
Yeah.
How do you how's it targeted? Like, how do you know that those stock fish reproduce? They're born in the tank. How can they know? Because a fish's instinct is to go back where he's born.
Right.
To spawn.
But see,
same with everything. Bass, perch, walleye, gobies, whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
within a certain age.
Yeah, so, I think they spawn, but again, like I'm not going to give you a definite answer on that. You could be definitely right on that. I don't
think the rate of spawning to success spawn is like the natural.
Right. But there's a lake that I fish for rainbows, and they all gravitate to this one little stream. And they don't spawn because they're sterile.
Yeah.
But they have them, like they just instinct to go in this little stream about this big, and there's thousands of them.
But they don't spawn.
They don't spawn.
So, I mean, they could.
They could. They might happen. Like you can.
But the success rate is so small.
Yeah.
So small.
Like splake and stuff like that. They're sterile. They're just a sport fish.
Yeah.
But I think in a rare case it happened, but no.
Yeah. I worked at fish hatchery and was at university. Awesome job. That's awesome.
There's some fingerlings and collecting eggs. Yeah,
it's a lot of work.
It's a lot of work.
It's a year work, right?
Especially when they hatch from the eggs. Every 20 minutes they get fed.
Really?
Yeah.
Where do they feed them? Brine shrimp?
It's a very small powder. Everything that we had, Fisher actually loves like the little kit, like the pellets they give them because they're high in protein.
Yeah.
But what happens with the hatchery is that.
What about the lake trout? What do you feed them?
The same stuff, but they're just in bigger millimeters, basically. So when they get bigger, we feed them a little bit bigger.
Really?
So it actually comes down to a science.
So what do they do once they get in the wild? There's no pellets.
It's funny because I got some pellets, like especially if I'm rainbow fishing or something, I'll throw some in the hole.
Really?
Yeah.
And they come?
I think they come, yeah.
For sure.
It probably helps.
For sure.
But it's pretty cool when it comes down to, when they get bigger in size, when we transfer them to the tanks, so like we'll cut off a little small section of them because if they're too small or too big, they'll end up eating each other.
For sure.
Yeah. But
for sure.
There's a science for how much water and how much space they are. They just grow freely, so without hurting each other.
Got a couple of comments on here. Brendan Nichols is asking, what magical power do I need to catch massive hog this weekend on Lake Simcoe? My dude, you go to bed early Friday. That means you got no nightlife on Friday.
Mm-mm.
If you want, you can party or do stuff with your friends. There's nothing wrong with that. But I go to bed early Friday night. I wake up at 4:30 a.m. I pack my stuff. I pack my camera gear. I head on the lake. It's pitch black dark. Ask Lady Bash. She's like, why do you got to go so early? Because I want to be set up before everybody else is. Right? In hopes that they're going to respect my space.
Right. See, that's another thing I'd like to bring up too. It's just like where I'm from, like some people, like when I grew up, it's like people fish with other people and they were fine. Like if I'm
but that's the typical walleye fisherman.
Well, not like Lake trout and stuff. Yeah.
The thing is, it's not about not wanting to share a spot. The thing is, I go outdoors to enjoy the outdoors.
And
I don't want 50 people around me, and I hear the guy with his radio, and I hear the other guy says, "I'm gonna go take a shit outside." That's something I would do, but I would rather catch no fish and be alone than being with other people. It's not that I don't like people. I go out with people, but I want to enjoy it. You want to enjoy the outdoors. Unfortunately, Lake Simcoe's getting so surrounded.
It is, and there's so much. Like I went out for the first time. I never fished in Simcoe last year. Didn't catch anything. My friend caught 2 whitefish, but after like the storm passed, I was so amazed on how much fish huts are out there. I was just mind blown because I've never experienced a big lake like that fishing because I've always stuck to a small lakes where I'm from. But back to that, if I was back fishing for like brook trout or something, like you see somebody else, you go over, say hi. That's about it. Sometimes there might be the odd time where you might fish together because they all come in a big swarm. Then it is what it is. Plus, it's a put and take fishery, so it's not really competitive.
Team Cold Front says, "How to like the beer? Beer was awesome. I definitely have another one rated 7.7. Good, refreshing beer. That's the kind of brewski you have with boys, you know.
Yeah,
you can have a bunch. I like it a lot.
Cream ale.
Yeah. We had another comment on here. Comments like Kevin Gretton saying, "Seb, your channel makes a newbie like me get the information I need to go out, try to get technical myself. Keep up the good work." Thank you very much, man.
That's awesome, and I agree with that because
hit the like button. That's supporting me. Comments like this helps me a lot, and it's better than those weak comments calling somebody out behind a keyboard.
Yeah. I think this is great. Like I even said this before in the comments, like we need this to get knowledge because knowledge is power when it comes down to fishing.
Yeah.
Everybody's not, the whole mentality of just going to get spots. This is the info on this channel. You're like, it's going to go up from here. I'll tell you that. Just from being for the last couple episodes on here, I'm not trying to like praise this channel, but it's true. Like this is a great channel to get all the information you need. Like,
it doesn't mean it's right either. That's what I do. You fish crappie completely different than me. Yeah. So I learned last time I went with you.
Yeah.
I went with this guy. I fished for 4 hours and catch nothing. He shows up. Oh, no, they're here. They'll show up. Just wait.
Yeah.
Okay, they'll be here. Boom, boom. We start catching them.
Wait till we go wildlife fishing. It's just like that.
We got to. Well, we're going to go fishing after this. We're going to go try to catch burbot.
Yeah?
Straight up.
Okay.
I got boots. They're not the prettiest, but they're snowboard boots. You're going to walk funny.
I already walk funny. Skin toes are gong show sticking.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate. Yeah, it doesn't mean I'm doing it the right way.
Yeah,
I caught a lot of flock from my last video. The fish is not that big. Blah 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 blah.
There's always going to be the negative and haters, no matter where you go. Like,
listen, you're not in person. You're not seeing that fish. We took measurements. It might not have been 30 pounds, but when it's your first lake trout in like 11 months.
Well,
it's big.
Just like
what's vibrating here? I don't know. My phone's somewhere.
Your phones are over there by your keyboard.
Oh, okay.
But well, yeah, I know what you mean for the first lake trout. It's huge. This year, when I got my first, big bass, I thought it was over 5 pounds. It's only 4.8.
It's still a big fish I caught. It's still my PB. It's definitely above 27 pounds. It's massive. When I grabbed it like this, I'm holding it like this in the camera. I'm grabbing. I call them double chin belly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm grabbing one side of the belly, like me. Like, if I was a lake trout, I'd grab myself here.
Right.
I'm grabbing it like this, and there's still bellies here.
And I always compare fish. Like, no matter how far out it is, I got huge fucking hands. When I run, they whistle. That's how big they are. Wasn't good at track and field, but I always go. I always go by how big their knuckles are. Like that's almost like what, 4 inches? It's just the width of their hand, right? Like you can,
I guess so.
So that's what I always do. So you just almost kind of put that together.
Yeah, it's true.
So when you see someone out like this, you're like, okay.
I think it's hard with the lake trout because you're holding it like this.
Right.
You got to hold it like this.
Yeah, to get the tail out too, right?
Right.
But
yeah.
But I don't know.
I'm just pissed with that lake trout. 2 of my camera messed up, and you see what the GoPro I have here has a line through.
Right.
I broke it the morning of. Just like Guys, we're going to wrap this up. Biggest podcast we had so far. I think we had 150 people. Actually,
Really?
Grant's going to tell us.
Grant,
How many people have we had online? Please let us know. Check this boy out on Instagram.
Yeah, follow me if you want. I do a lot of dumb, stupid stuff.
So what? Say. What's your?
So it's at Bry Ray John. That's it. At Bry Ray John.
119. Wow. Thank you so much for 5,000 subscribers.
5,000? 5,000 people? 121?
Yeah, I got 5,000 subscribers now.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, it's fun, man. I bring it back. It's a bit sobby, but I really wish my boy Kevin was still with us and having him here. It'd be so sick. We need more people like this guy in our lives.
Yeah,
you know, it's that's one thing. Like I choked up when I caught that lake trout. I'm like, we're always talking on the ice, see where he was at, and I just wish I took him fishing with me. Not that he knew how to catch fish, but I just have that experience.
The experience with a person.
Yeah.
You don't know how life is so short because it can be
it's
gone
crazy.
So quick.
Like we blame that guy that took the guy that got rescued. That was a crazy decision, misjudgment. But like Kevin, like it was nice outside. It can happen so quickly. Me and you might go out right now and just funk, you know,
right through the ice,
or we both hit our head, or like you don't know, man. We run out of propane and we can't find a way back. I don't know. You gotta be careful, man.
Just a simple slip on the ice and hit your head and you're knocked out.
Yeah. No, stuff happens so quick. What's his Instagram? BRI.
Their cold front's got it. Bry Ray John.
There we go.
If you want to follow me, I haven't really been posting much because I've been working.
You got funny stories, man.
Yeah, I try to make it funny, man. I just like people to laugh because when people are laughing.
Did you save that story when you're watching the health and safety stuff?
Oh,
you just go.
Yeah, I'll go like this, and the next snap is just
all fucking. Man, I died on that one. You should have saved that. That was.
I think I did save it. I think the best Snapchat I've ever had. There was some guy who left a dog with a leash on a pylon. You just put the leash over the pylon. The dog's just sitting there, really dumb. Oh my god. I like that kind of stuff, but I just like to share funny stuff. I just try to make people laugh because I think laughter is the key to making people. Got more cooking videos. Maybe I do the next cooking videos with you. Yeah, I'm learning with those. I'm trying to be funny and be more myself in the videos. There's a lot of stuff I want to say I can't say. Next, we'll be making a chicken noodle soup video. It's kick-ass, man. I got some actually. We should cook it before we go out. I should get a cold first and then try it. No. It's more like a gumbo. A gumbo? You ever had gumbo? Nope. Oh, man. It's really good. Thanks for the great podcast. Learned a lot. That's why I say it every time I leave this. Like when I watch. Are you going to film your Burbot trip tonight? Maybe. It's hard in the dark, man. It is hard. So hard. Like you don't see nothing. When I was posting on Walleye, I had 2 lights up. I thought I had enough light on the GoPro. I'm going to bring those bad boys. If me and Brian are looking here, if we put our eyes here, we're blind. Yeah. We got two big lights up there. Give it a thumbs up, guys. We are on podbean.com on the app. Thumbs up. And you can download this podcast. It should be available like tomorrow night or something like that. Or you can subscribe on iTunes. Give me a nice review on iTunes, The Fishing Podcast. Leave comments into iTunes or who you'd like to see. We're definitely going to have Brian back. Thank to Boschkong Brewing Company. Yeah, I told them we were doing the podcast, and they're like, "Oh, they give all the brochures, and they gave you a little good beer, man." Holder. And so far, I've only supported local brewing companies. That's good. That's a good beer to have with your friends. Yeah, like have a party. Like this is refreshing. That's a good beer in the summer. I brought 2 other different ones. They got a new campfire one. That's what they told me. They recommended. So yeah, try that if you're ever on the spot looking for another. And here's the thing: we don't give 10 to everything, because if I'm going to give this to 10, that means I'm not drinking any other beer. Yeah. You know what I mean? 10's on your deathbed. Exactly. You rate this as if it's your last meal going to death row. Yeah. And if you don't have bacon on your last meal going to death row, you should die anyway. That's my saying, man. Yeah. All right, guys. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the support so much. Hey, man. Thanks for having me. Thanks, bro. It's been a splash. Thanks, Fisher. Fisher's just sleeping. That's amazing, dog. Dog, definitely 10 out of 10. Yeah.
Is it for sale?
No.
I got a Solix 15 over there.
Man, you have to be surprised somebody
I have
can.
2 Solix 15s over
No, man, I don't care if you have like 3 new Bass Cats or whatever, anything.
there.
He's
No?
irreplaceable. He can't be replaced.
What if we go out there and you catch a world record bourbon? Okay.
I'd rather catch nothing for the
No,
rest
it's
of
a
my life,
nice
but-
dog, man. It's a really nice dog. You can tell.
You'll see all my videos if you follow me. He's just on the. He comes with me every.
Hey,
time.
what about the time the wolves chased you out of the lake?
Oh man,
Buddy, I went on that lake after you told me that, and I saw the tracks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You hear all the wolves,
But
and
they
then
followed
the
you guys because I saw the tracks following you guys.
Yeah.
It's massive.
Yeah. Well, they've been having.
There's more than one, too.
They've been having a lot of issues with wolves around there too.
Yeah?
So
They're coming back. That's good. I mean,
there's.
you guys heard about the guy who shot a wolf in Barrie last year.
Well, he probably reached a lot of havoc from people.
Timber wolf. The guy was in his shed. The wolf was in his shed. He thought it was a coyote. Pumped it. It was a wolf. 130-pound wolf.
Wow.
Wild timber wolf.
I like
In Barrie.
I like wolves. What I don't like is coyotes. That's the only There's a great podcast about it.
Yeah.
Dan Flores
Yeah.
talks everything about coyotes. If you guys are into coyotes and that is an amazing podcast to talk about because they're the only species humans cannot control. You shoot them, they'll come back with double the litters. And
Oh, you coyotes?
yeah, coyotes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And they're everywhere from all the way across North America,
Yeah.
all the way up to Alaska, all the way down to Central America. It's insane.
Such a good dog. That's a good dog. So quiet.
He's a blonde.
You speak? You speak?
He doesn't speak.
You wanna go fishing?
He'll snort sometimes. But
Oh, he's like, no. Fake high five. All right, guys. Thank you very much. We will see you guys on the ice.
see you later. Bye.